There we go. Oh, that was the wrong way. One table. Let's have some light. So I'm on day 3 on diflucan and still on nystatin and so forward. Again, I really don't understand why people have a problem in regards to nystatin. It tastes like pretty much like candy, you know. It's like, so and there's no sugar added in the version I have. So it takes like I think it's called licorice or something like that. Licorice and some peppermint, you know. So at least the fluid, you know, if, in regards of the fluid form. The pill form, of course, doesn't really taste of anything. I guess I'm kind of hit a different weird symptoms as usual, but yeah. So, but I have this program, or actually it's on the internet as well, and they have this program, you know, for the mobile as well, and you can get 5 days trial, and I'm on the 5 days trial, but I haven't really looked into it because, you know, looking into other things. So I thought I would look into fungi in regards to that program now. And yeah, kind of, I really slept a huge amount actually. That actually is good, you know, to sleep, right? In regards of, but I think I got a lot of hours, you know. I got a lot of hours sleeping. So, of course, still tired and just, you know, warmth, different places, you know, what we call it, you know, around here, you know. Of course, in regards of my groin as well, those has been, you know, I guess it's like the die-off, you know, where some of your symptoms can become worse and there can even come new symptoms and all that. You know, the itch that I have, that I got a month ago in regards to the bakery and all that went down to my legs and my arms and my, you know, my head and all that. You know, that's been, you know, this apparently seems to be different kinds of itching. You know, you have the scratching, you know, when you have dandruff and all that. And then there's this different other itch that is, you know, different. And of course, you have the thing where it's like pinching you as well. That's another form. And of course, you have the heat and the burning and the pain thing. Any case, whatever. So I've experienced like this weird itch that I got on my leg and my arms, you know, and my head, you know, on top of my head and in my palm, which are usually, and under my armpit, which usually is not places that I've experienced this before. So. And again, I had a good amount of burning yesterday at some point in regards of the groin area. So I was, you know, feeling hot down there and burning and yeah. So that's, who knows. Anyway, so at least something is happening at least, you know. So that's nice. You know, I haven't been out puking myself and all that, so that's nice. I do have had symptoms of puke, like, you know, where I'm, you know, it's just in the background, you know, where I'm thinking, oh my, you know, some confusion as well, you know. Actually, that was, I was really hit after the, you know, with the first day, the second dose of 400 milligrams. I did 400 first, and then I, you know, thought about, well, maybe I should actually up the dose. So actually, you know, first 400, I felt really relaxed. You know, I felt really, you know, this is nice, actually. This is pretty good. And then after I took the second dose, which apparently seems to be a little later than I thought, but still the same day, the same, you know, still night and all that. And I think I took 8 o'clock, and I thought it was 2 o'clock, but apparently maybe 4 o'clock that I took the second dose. So I took 800 milligrams in total. You know, according to, if you read the, where is it? You know, if you read the manuals, this is probably the nystatin manual, but, you know, but if you read the manuals in regards of candidiasis and all that, which is probably in regards of HIV patients and cancer patients and all that, but they suggest 800 at the first day, and then 400 the second, and, you know, forward, you know. So I'm like, you know, so I went for the higher dose. So I'm like, let's see if it works. Let's. The thing is, I know that Candida can become resistant to diflucan, so it's like a one shot. It's like, let's go for it and hope. You never know if it becomes resistant to it, and then of course, there's no. Well, then it will be. Anyway, so I don't know in regards to the floaters. I think I still have them. I'm gonna go. I think they're still roaming around in my eyes, but I don't know how long it would take to begin to. Yeah, the floaters are still there. Again, it's really hard to see if there's any difference, because there's so many of them. So just rounding around down in there, Yeah. So at least it's hard to see if there's any difference at all. So yeah, well, I'm going to continue with this, and this day 3. I've just taken my dose for today, and actually, in regards of yesterday, I was like, I took the second dose around 12 o'clock, I think it was, in the night, and I'm fixing the days from sunset to sunset, so that's how I go. So sunset begins the day, sunset to sunset. But anyway, instead of midnight to midnight. But in any case, so yesterday I was like, oh, this is actually, I took the dose around 12 o'clock. I was like, I didn't really feel that bad, in regards to the second dose. But I think it was like 4 o'clock or something like that, 5 o'clock. I really began to have it like, oh, this is. But I guess the diflucan is always working in you, When you have taken the dose, you up the dose and it's in your blood. Like, that's different, 20 to 50 hours I've seen some reassess and all that. That's around 30 hours, as I understand it, that you have the diflucan in you. And the loading dose is the thing to get the dose up where you want it. Because as I understand, if you just take, the dose, it will, go so. The thing is, it's hard to actually get information on these things, You're searching and trying to figure out the information and all that. But one thing that I've figured out is, that's one of the symptoms for sure, is that, I get so thirsty. When I woke up, I was so thirsty, and, yesterday, thirsty. You drink a lot of water. I did take some vitamin C yesterday and also a little today just to help on the symptoms. So that seemed to work with the nystatin, and it seemed to actually also seem to work yesterday when I took 20 pills of, I'm not sure how many grams there is of vitamin C. Well, I was like, so I took 10, and then later on I took 10 more. So that seems to actually lessen the things, and I went to sleep, and that was pretty good, and I got a good amount of sleep. Also in regards of you're feeling tired, yet you can't sleep either. It's like, that's one of the things that I've experienced as well. You're feeling tired, but you're feeling bad as well. So it's like. It's just, so, again, different things for sure. That's a lot of weird, I still have the itching on my arms. I still have the itching on my legs. There was a point, like when I took the second dose, where it seemed to actually go down. But then, of course, I got other things to, where it's like, a little more beating in the heart and so forward, and feeling, somewhat confused, a little confused at least, not totally, but just a little, where it's like, so I went from the first dose the first day to the second dose the first day, where I just, from, my second 400 milligrams, and that made it from, that was where I was like, oh, that's pretty good actually, to actually, you begin to go into the thing. I guess, in regards to the die-off, I'm not sure how smart it was to go swimming overall the first day. At least I got some exercise at least. But the first day when I did that, I don't know, maybe it was good enough, but I wasn't, the energy was low, and I hadn't really gotten enough sleep either the day before. But anyway, it was, I'm still, I don't know. I did change I did go from butter to ghee, or clarified butter, as we also call it. I think clarified butter, I guess we call it in the West. But, I think it's the ghee from the... and I do have some issue, I didn't have any problem in regards of my what do you call it, trash, stomach, in regards of going to the toilet and all that. But I'm not sure if it's this actually that actually does it, because I went to the toilet like yesterday, and today I've been on the toilet like 3 times, just some fluid coming out nearly. And of course, I did change my diet somewhat when I went on the diflucan. Going from butter to clarified butter, and I know that fat in itself can actually make you make it fluid, make it watery and all that. So I'm not entirely sure if it's what it is that does it, but I have changed my diet from the first 2 weeks of nystatin into the diflucan, and maybe I don't know, just to get less. I should probably have changed my diet before, just to see what, so I would know if it actually was the, what was probably the culprit, I think it's called in English, or the thing that does it. Heatness as well, feeling pretty hot, has been one of the things as well sometimes. Again, many different things for sure. It's interesting. Feeling bad pretty much, but it could be much worse, but at least it seems to be doing something, so that's nice. It's hard to remember everything and all that, but yeah, it's again, it seems like the vitamin C might actually help on if you're feeling bad and all that, and you take some vitamin C, it does seem to help. But I'm not, that's just my experience. I'm not entirely sure but that seems to be the case, that if you're beginning to feel bad, you take some vitamin C and all that, and then it seems to help on the symptoms that you have. Coughing, dry coughing, some mucus as well. Sometimes, like after the second dose, I really got flu-like symptoms, and I guess we call it, and coughing and some mucus coming up and all that, and the same thing when I was swimming and all that continued somewhat. That began with the, and again, the things come and go. It's like, it's just so it's not always. It's just, again, it's just different things. So interesting. So yeah. But again, I'm still looking forward to see if it affects the eye floaters. It does seem, in regards of being resistant to the diflucan, it does seem to actually, because I'm getting dia-off. So if I'm getting dia-off and it's an antifungal, it must be killing off fungi to actually get the dia-off, which is also called the Herx effect or something like that. Oh yeah, that was in regards of the muscles as well. Feeling, in the legs, I felt like feeling. I don't know how to describe the feeling, but there's like feeling. Things was going on in the legs. That was I guess was after the second dose or I'm not entirely sure. But the feeling in the legs at least. Also I've had like weird. That's interesting as well. Of course, again, different things. Not. Oh yeah, and the a little, seems to be a little more beating of the heart as well. Yeah, and that's, I guess that would be the best that I can do at the moment. again, things tend to pop up, sometimes here and there. Anyway, maybe we should get to the program. So again, in regard to the dryness of the mouth, and it's incredible how much it's incredible that how much you just feel like, oh, I'm thirsty and all that, and feeling hot now. But anyway, could be because of the radiators, I don't know, or maybe because I took the dose. But again, it's going pretty good. And of course, one would expect something to happen, right? I guess also in regards to these radiators and all that, I'm turning up and down and doesn't really seem to work. That's been the norm for many years. It's just stupid because it's like there's not always warming water in the things, and they have like this. They do it sometimes and do it on the specific times where I don't really want it. It's just sometimes they do it when I don't want more heat, and then they don't have it when I want more heat, and just stupid. I would probably have said it much different. Like I like it to be colder. Like now I like it to be colder, and in the morning I would like it to be hot. It's so it's much easier to get out of the bed if it's actually hot. But in the evening I like it colder. But it seems like in regards of heating, in regards to the radiators, that they seem to do it like like now, for example, and it's like now it's like where like to actually get a little colder. But anyway, that's whatever. That's how it is when you're living in apartments and apartments and apartments. But yeah, a dry what's it called? Cold. I can't even remember. Cold. Let's see. Cold. Cold. Cough. Okay, a dry cough. I haven't really any. That's not in regards of my. I haven't experienced any mucus in my nose or anything like that. Now, of course, like sitting here and talking, like always, I block a little up in behind. But that's normal and all that. And it's like when I'm talking for a longer period of time and talking like going on and on and on and never having a break, it tends to plug up and behind the nose, and but it's after I stop, it doesn't take that long to actually just remove it. But I guess if you're pushing always in regards to speaking, that's anyway. So I guess let's look into the program. So yeah, let's have a go. So we have 3 programs. We have USML Practice, which I thought was AMBOSS as well. Let's try it out and see if it wants to. Oh, probably in regards of login and all that. That might not be. No, actually, or maybe this is something else. I thought it was actually in regards of the AMBOSS. Let's see if we can AMBOSS. It's like it's everything costs money, everything costs money. So, but they actually have a 5-day trial. That's the program here, knowledge thing and all that for doctors, I guess. No, AMBOSS. Let's try again. There we go. So you have AMBOSS, QBank, US Smile, and you have. Okay, I actually thought this was actually... No, apparently this is not AMBOSS, this one. But they have like 2 programs, AMBOSS, QBank, USMLE, and the other AMBOSS that I guess is up here, knowledge thing. And the ratings are pretty good, not that... Yeah, pretty good, yeah. So, and it does seem pretty, pretty nice. Maybe we should put this to the... let's just try it out and see what it is. So we have advertising, but I have ad block up on it, so not getting all these satanic things thrown at you. So clinical, Virginia, esophageal radiology, Biochemistry and genetics, microbiology, that would be the thing that I would be interested in. Neurology and pathology, I guess that's in regards of harmful microbes, I guess. Pathophysiology, pharmacology, preventive medicine. Let's see. So, if I need to stop because I need to go to the toilet or something, I'll just stop and just resume it at the. I don't know what is wrong with the stomach at the moment. Again, I don't know if it's the oil thing in regards to the clarified butter, which could be, or if it's because I'm taking diflucan at the moment that makes it. I'm not entirely. Oh, maybe in regards of, going again totally on meat and nearly, meat. Clarified butter I've been eating, and meat and salt and water pretty some tea as well. I've been drinking a little tea as well of different kinds, but not anything of the unusual, but antifungal tea and all that. So, but I probably should have changed my diet before I actually went, and seen how that. I should have used the first week. The first week to, that was pretty good and all that. And after the first week, that was the biggest issues. And I didn't, nice stats, and probably the vitamin C helped me a lot. But then the worst thing in regards to nistatin was on day 3 or 4 or something like that. And then pretty much it wasn't that bad. So that was the peak of the issues with nystatin. So I should probably have used the second week to actually begin to go into a diet, and try it out and see how it would affect me. So, because knowing already how the nystatin, affected me, I could have, I don't know, there's so many factors and all that. But I do wonder in regards of if it's actually the fat now that I'm now using, because I've changed that. I don't really like the taste either, but there's no sugar in it. I have some coconut fat that should be on the way, so I can try that when I get it. I'll probably get it tomorrow. Oh, that would be actually today. Today in the biblical sense, and tomorrow in regards to the Roman sense. So we have microbiology. So we have, it's locked, I guess. Let's see, this HIV positive patient with a viral load of 750,000 copies of HIV NAA milliliters and a total CD4 count of 50 is at an increased risk for a number of. Okay, this sounds really doctor thing, Anyways, an increased risk for a number of infectious diseases, for which of the following diseases the patients at no more added risk than an immunocompetent host. In regards of immunocompetent, in regards of suppressed immune system, I have no idea. For which of the following diseases the patient of no more added risk than an immunocompetent? I don't know. I really don't know. There's a lot of these words. I'm looking into fungi primarily, so yeah. Okay. Let's just delete that program, I think. The primary thing I want to know about is fungi. So we have knowledge and QBank in regards of AMBOSS. Let's try the QBank. So, no season available. Swipe to synchronize with AMBOSS Online. Okay. Add a collection. You can only create a season in AMBOSS Beta. Okay. Whatever. I don't know. Do I want to go on? I don't know. We have organ system. Do we have anything in regards of fungi? Organ system. No. No. Yeah. I was getting. Oh yeah. A little. What do you call it? A little pain sometimes also in the throat. Like just not something big. Just that's one of the symptoms as well. I've tried. So these are just questions it seems in regards of, but I don't know. I don't see anything in regards to fungi exam, clinical shelf exams, basic science exams, bonus exam preparation, organs that in regard. Okay, behavioral, cardiovascular, blood and lympho-reticular systems. A lot of the big words. Gastrointestinal system. That might be a thing. I don't know what they actually would say about those. Bile, okay. Liver, mouth, tonsils, lips, pancreas, and so forward. Male productive system and so forward. I guess it's like, in the old days when I played UFO, Alien Unknown, you did abductions on the aliens, to find out what their weaknesses was and what their strength was and all that. Anyway, of course, the alien theme is demonic. So it's one of the ways that Satan deceives the world. Dermatology, I think that's in regards to the skin. Again, all these, they couldn't just say in regards of skin, right? Apparently not. Gynecology in regards to, I guess, women things. I have pathology and all that. Isn't there anything here we have? No. Like, don't they have like a topic in regards of discipline, aging, young, aging for sure. Dermatology, the skin again. They have something in regards to nutrition. Interesting. I do wonder what that could be. Could I like put that one on? Yeah. Whatever. Oncology, I can't remember what that was. Again, I'm not really interested in these things, I'm just interested in getting healthy, I guess, in regards of learning cards, different in regards of then we have general virology. That would be in regards of virus, I would guess. So why did it? I don't know why it pushed cancer in regards to the lungs. Then we have nosocomial infections, that in regards of hospital infections, or the sick places infections. One could probably find a much better word, right? They need to call it nosocomial and infections. Yeah, give me a break. Couldn't you just hospital infections? At least people would know what that was, right? Oh no. I don't see anything in regards of mycology or something like that. Mycosis in regards of fungi, so that would be okay. Hypopituitarism. I don't know. Oh, hypothyroidism. I think my one white coat spouter actually told me that I had hypothyroidism, and that could only be fixed with drugs, of course. And I'm like, I think it actually is one of the things that you can get if you have Candida as well. So anyway, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. Of course, I never got anything against that, But that's apparently the only thing they, at the last, that he could figure out that was wrong with me. It's interesting, right? If I'm taking an antifungal and I'm told by the doctors that I don't have any fungus infection, well, why would you get a die-off if you're taking an antifungal and you're getting die-off symptoms? Just an interesting thing, I guess. Because you shouldn't get the die-off if you actually don't have fungi, right? It's because there's nothing to then die off. And vaccination, no, I don't want anything in regards to vaccinations. Bad, evil. I've I'm afraid of vaccines. I'm afraid of needles. It's bad, bad, bad. It just goes on and on and on. Isn't that a search thing? I don't know. Sitting here and all these words, you know. And a lot of these words could just be in something that people could understand. Epidemiology, I think, is in regards to the cause. Let's just try to take that on as well. Pathology techniques, I don't know about that. There's a huge amount of things. Somatic symptom. Oh, I think somatic symptom. That was what one of my white coats actually diagnosed me at. Actually, I think more than one. Actually, think in regards of having symptoms, you know, and focused on them and all that, but not really something that they could find anything and all that. So let's just cast him to the shrink and let him fill you up with psychotropic drugs. Yeah, that sounds like a total misdiagnosis, doctor. White coat murderer and butcher and misdiagnoser. Anyway. So. Of course, it couldn't be fungi. No, it couldn't be fungi, apparently. Because a huge amount of people don't have problems with fungi, do they? Well, if they do, then we just treat, symptom treat them, right? Yep, and insulin. Oh, well. Infertility, whatever. It goes on and on and on. I wonder how long the list is. Vulvovaginitis is usually also in regards to Candida albicans. As I understand it, there was another reason as well that was really prevalent. I think it's called. But I can't remember what that was, or I can't remember if I figured out what it was overall. But Candida is one of the two main reasons for having issues down there. Of course, in regards to women, it seems to be pretty a well-known, when they come and say, well, I have some issues down there. Oh, male reproductive organs. Yeah, well, I'm not entirely sure of that. Okay, we just need to delete the first one up there. Lung cancer, we don't need that. Oh, that's actually a search button. I'm just totally blind, I guess my eyes was on something else. Let's see, antinomycosis and general mycology. I just totally missed that. Antinomycosis, I have no idea what that is, but let's take it. Oh, that was much easier. Let's just try and... no, that's only... Oh, can we search? No search? Let's shelve... no. Microbiology? Okay, let's just take that one. I guess it will take... pharmacology, whatever, and all that. Let's just take that as well. And how many was there? Okay, that's actually... Okay, you could search on that one. Why couldn't I search on this one? No search on that. Uh-oh, what did I do? Did I... pathology, microbiology. Let's just... Okay. Exam. Oh, that's the exam. Okay, so you can take an exam. Oh, include questions from the exam in regards to microbiology. Anyway, I don't know. Let's try myco. So I guess this is for doctors and all that. There doesn't seem to be any... There was another word for myco. Let's go to the doctor medical thing here and write myco. And let's try the other word as well. Myco. That's my seed. Let's try my seed as well. Just to my seed. That's like a fungus mycete or something like that in regards to a fungus sac. Oh, well, yeah, fungus sac. I think fungus mycete. I can't remember. Anyway, symptoms. Michael? No. And what's the other one? That was, let's go back to the medical manual. My seed. My seed. It's nice, I can see I'm learning more and understanding more, but there's still a long, long way. Oh my God. So, but I just need to comprehend, I guess, to a point, So again, when you read things that, again, you do need to look up a lot of things and all that here to figure out what they actually say and all that. But it's helping for sure, I guess it's less hard to learn than to learn Hebrew. So, yep, there we go. Oh no, 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 no. Did I then lose the settings? Don't tell me I lost the settings. Oh my. To be kidding me. No, apparently not. Okay, microbiology. Done. Great. Michael. I don't think there was anything in regards to Michael there. No, okay. Symptoms. Michael. Let's try Michael there. No. Okay. Discipline. Michael. Probably nothing. Okay. Learning cards. Michael. Come on. Come on. It's a little slow. I'm recording, of course. So, come on. Don't want to wait for you. Apparently we have some slowdown here. Michael. Okay, let's see. There we go. So I have mycosis, fungal, which I have no idea what is, but let's just take it. And actinomycosis, mycosis in regards to fungal infection. So generally mycology, that is in regards to the learning of fungi. So that we should be pretty good. And let's see if fun might go. We should probably have tried the other one as well. My seat. I don't think they use it, but who knows. Up. Okay. And oh, here we go with what is actually chosen. Can I push it again? There we go. Oh, it's just still slow. Oh yeah, some headache as well is one of the symptoms. Not like a big headache, but just a minor headache. Like for example now. No, not again. You have to be kidding me. What is this bullshit program? You have to be kidding me. You're just going off the topic here. This is incredible. Not even saying, hey, do you, if you put all the settings on and all that, do you want to go back? You have to be kidding me. What stupid program. Sorry, I just got into, I guess the, no, what was, there was in regards to biology, right? Anyway. Oh, now the search is there. No, this is, oh no, the symptoms. It went into the wrong one. There we go. So let's try again. Basic science exams, maybe, what's that? Okay, microbiology. Didn't have anything in regards to mycology, right? Pathology, no. I don't see anything in regard. Maybe I'm blind. Maybe there's something. I can't see it. Okay, done. And organ systems, Michael. Let's see if that was, nope. And I guess my brain could be working a lot better, I blame the fungi, Michael. I actually remember, when in many years ago, how I felt it moved from down, from down there upward, and hitting my brain, and I remember becoming, I was good at multitasking and all that. I usually had a huge amount of, I still do, but, I had a lot better control. I remember like losing the control I had for multitasking, to keep all the balls in the air, to say, I couldn't do what I did before in regards to keeping the balls in the air. I remember, when it. Anyway, that's just how it is, I guess. When you have someone that can't figure out that it might actually be fungi and actually try diflucan, again, I don't know if I can actually just, I can actually get this thing, killed off in some sense, but it would have been much easier in the beginning than it is now. That's for sure. Okay, so we have the folder here, Michael. Let's try. Nope. And we can just try the my seed thing and be careful that it doesn't do anything stupid, like jump backward. Difficulties. Yeah, let's just take them all. Status. I don't know. Just take them all, I guess. Question with images only? No, that doesn't matter. Okay, automatically title. Custom session. Questions count. Apparently you can only have 15. Start. Or maybe there's only 50. And you say session will start once it is ready. So now it's making, actually need to pee. Okay. A 40-year-old man comes to the physician because of a 3-week history of productive cough, fever, and lethargy. He also has several skin lesions over his body. His symptoms began 3 weeks after he returned from a camping trip in Kentucky. 3 years ago, he underwent kidney transplantation for polycystic kidney disease. Current medication includes a lot of things like, whatever. So I guess they want to, which of the following is the most likely diagnosed? That's a good question. I have no idea. When it's 3 years ago, he underwent kidney transplantation for polycystic kidney disease. Current medication includes sirolimus and prednisone. His temperature is 38 degrees, 100.4 Fahrenheit, I guess. Diffuse crackles are heard over the lung fields. There are 4 white vicarious skin patches over his chest and upper limbs. A photomicrograph of skin biopsy specimen from one of the lesions is shown. Which of the following is the most likely diagnosed? Well, I don't think it's aspergillus, but anyway, I don't really know much about the rest, how they look and all that. I haven't really gone into that. Cryptococcus could be one. Let's just go with the cryptococcus. No, it was not. Okay. Maybe it's okay. What does it say? The skin biopsy shows a broad-based dimorphic budding fungi. Oh, it's a dimorphic budding fungi that was likely acquired during the patient's camping trip in Kentucky. Okay. So how do I know if I answered correctly or not? Can I just you can push and you can see what the different things. It gives me a red when I guess that might be wrong. Okay, so it just gives me information about it. Okay. So blastomycosis. Okay. Blastomycosis is a fungal infection caused by species of dimorphic fungus blastomyces that is endemic to Central America and the Central and Eastern United States. I think actually Doc might have talked about that. That's competent, that would be people that have a competent immune system, working immune system. Individuals are totally asymptomatic, and that, if I remember correctly, means that they might not have any symptoms with, I think it means that anyway. I think it was like you have I can't copy it. You got to be kidding me. You can't even copy, to Okay, ASIM. Let's see, ASIM. See how good my brain. ASIM. Symptomatic. Without symptoms or producing, yeah, that was correct. Without symptoms or producing no symptoms, yep. It's like in regards of Candida, where you don't have any symptoms and all that. But of course, don't speak English, right? We need to use these big words that no people can understand and all that. So, oh my. Anyway. With occasional pneumonia and flu-like symptoms that rarely decimate further immunocompromised individuals, as the patients who underwent kidney transplantation are at risk for disseminated. Again, disseminated, that seems to be a lot like, metastasizing in regards of cancer. But anyway, so disseminated metastasizing infection. Once disseminated, the fungus can cause skin, bone, lytic lesions, genitourinary, prostate, testis, and epididymis, and CNS pathology, meningitis, and brain abscesses. Okay, general mycology. Oh, this is from general mycology. Oh, I just opened up the other Oh, okay, yeah, anyway. Of course, I guess these tests should probably be run after you actually read in regards of... So anyway, so what now? Can I... Okay, you can send them feedback. Information. Infectiology and hygiene. Answer statistic... I don't know. A, B, C, D, E... okay, and what is that? Is that... how many people actually answered this? So I don't know. Anyway, so what do we do? Oh, we can actually, what can we paint on something? What was this? I don't know what this is. Okay. Oh, okay. It's like, oh, it's something. Okay, it's in regards of what is important. They think like in regards of food, productive, cough, fever, and lethargy, and all that. Yeah, pointing out what is, to be aware of. Intending gives you a push to the right direction, helping you improve your differential diagnostic skills by giving you better grasp of the question's logic. The intending tip is only reflected in your analysis if it actually provides help to answering the question. Got it? Or whatever. I don't know if I got it actually. I don't think I got it actually. But anyway. Oh, it's just... Oh, you can remove it or... Oh, intending tip. Okay, so it's tip. So, okay. Oh, okay. And can I get hint? Okay, it's hint. Okay. So what is this? This removes. Oh, it just, okay, lowers all of them. Okay. Okay. So lab values, analyzes, exam mode, show answers after first try, hide. Okay, so what do we now do? Now that we have correctly answered, is this the next one? Oh yeah, okay. A 64-year-old man is brought to the emergency department because of fever, chills, shortness of breath, chest pain, and productive cough with bloody sputum. For the past several days, he has metastatic pancreatic cancer and is currently undergoing polychemotherapy. Oh, it's just incredible, these things. His temperature is 38.3 degrees or 101 Fahrenheit. Pulmonary, oh, that was in regards of what's the mouth or something like that. Again, don't speak English, right? I guess actually, the pulmonary. Lung, okay. Oh, that's the lungs. Oh my. It's currently undergoing pulmonary examination shows scattered inspiratory crackles in all lung fields. A CT scan of the chest shows multiple nodules, cavities, and patchy areas of consolidation. A photo micrograph of specimen obtained on pulmonary biopsy is shown. Which of the following is the most likely causal pathogen? In regards of the harmful... That's a good question. It's a fungus, it seems, but the question is what kind. I guess, can tuberculosis actually transmit like in the air? I don't know. Candida albicans, it does, the threads looks like, of that nature, but I guess there could be more of the fungi that actually have that nature of, and it doesn't seem to look like it in regards. There seems to be needing, seems to be a difference than that. So I wouldn't go with the Candida albicans. But it would be interesting to see what they actually say about it. Let's have a look. Candida albicans is most commonly associated with skin and mucosal infection. An immunocompetent individual, Candida usually causes minor localized infection, including TRAS, Candida vulvovaginitis, that was in regards to the women problems, and infectious of intratriginous areas of the skin. Again, big words and all that. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe we can look it up in the medical inter. I really need to pee. Get me unloaded. I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes. Or something like that. Just need to unload. Yeah. So, that was nice. That was nice to just unload some water. Something in regards of some of the toxins going through the kidneys, filtered, out so you can get them out. But I do wonder in regards to the diflucan, because as I understand it also goes through the, so if you're peeing a lot, would you then lose more diflucan faster in the body, or how does that go? Anyway, I don't know. Again, I haven't really, these specific questions, I haven't really found things on that. So intertree, and apparently that's really stupid that you can't copy paste. Trick something, trichinos, was that the thing? Trichinos? Trichinos, yep. Characterized by or related to intertrigo. Yeah, great. Yeah, that just answered everything. Yeah, apparently, right? You got to be kidding me. Intertrigo, let's see. There, irritant. So intertrigo, irritant dermatitis. I think that is in regards to inflammation of the skin, occurring between the folds or juxtaposed surface of the skin. Oh yeah, we just have another big word, right? Juxtaposed. And what is juxtaposed? Anyway, surface of the skin as between the buttocks, between the scrotum. I guess that is in regards to the asshole, which is actually just called the butthole, right? Well, but of course we couldn't use butthole, right? Because that's just English. So, and the thigh beneath pendulous breast. And so on, caused by friction, sweat, retention, moisture, warmth, and concomitant overgrowth of resident microorganisms. occurring in young children, see diaper, dermatitis, and obese adults, as to say, galling of the skin, inter between taro rub. Okay, taro to rub. Yeah. Just don't speak English, right? So, just a pose. Let's see if it finds anything. Now, a lot of the things in this dictionary could be made a lot better. You know, this is incredible. They haven't, just ordinary things, that apparently that's not found in the bar in this book, apparently. At first, I don't think it's actually offline. I think if I go offline, it won't work. And that's just, a dictionary has to be offline, because I don't always want to be what do you call it? Adjacent to or adjoining to something. Okay, whatever. I don't know. Was the scrotum? Let's see if it's the butthole. Scrotum, right? Scrotum. Let's see if we can find a good English word like butthole. Musculocutaneous sac containing the testis formed of skin. Oh, okay. So it's not the butthole, apparently. Containing a network of non-striated muscular fibers, the dartos or dartos fascia, which also forms the scrotal septum internal. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it would maybe be in regards of the butthole, another word for butthole. I don't know. Whatever. Apparently it's synonym, but you can't put. Anyway, whatever. Let's go back. So, including thrush, candida, vulva, vaginosis, and infections of the intratracheous areas of the skin. And that was in regards, I can't even remember anymore, I guess that was in regards of characterized by the things in regards to the skin folds and all that. Yeah, okay, yep, okay, got it. And you can see pictures of that. I've seen pictures of that as well, where it's like a lot of, under the breast or whatever, or some of the things are very, but at least, when you can see it on the surface, at least you can see it and then figure out something is wrong. You can at least show the doctor, hey, something is wrong. Look at my skin, And you could probably also do some research, take some scraping off it and all that, whatever, samples, and actually look under a microscope or whatever, So it's a little harder when it actually doesn't come forward in the skin and just lives in you and go around and making havoc inside of your body. And don't really give you some, some really good evidence to show your white coat misdiagnoser and see if we can actually get on the right track. Instead of misdiagnosing you as a not case, Anyway. And ending up putting you on pharmaceutical, what is it called? Psychotropic drugs. Maybe it was pharmaceuticals. No, I think that's probably some, overall, isn't it? I can't remember pharmaceuticals. I think pharmaceuticals is overall, isn't it? I don't know. Let's see. Can I search home? How do you actually spell that? Pharmaceutical biology? No, is that no, that seems to be something, I don't know, doses pharmaceutical. Maybe I can use Google. No, I can't use that when I'm recording. Pharmaceutical. I can't even remember how that is. Pharmaceutical. Pharmacology. Pharmacy. Pharmacology. Yeah, no. Pharmaceuticals. Maybe it is pharmaceutic. No. Pharmaceutical. No. And I can't search at the moment, I guess. Pharmaceutical. No, doesn't work at the moment. Now it's like it's not like it has 3 microphones, right? Because it actually does have 3 microphones, but it's not like it actually could use just another microphone. No. I don't know. Anyway, I don't actually know how many microphones it's actually using recording this, of course, but it's actually some programs tend to use one microphone, and some programs tend to use another microphone. It's like you need to figure out which microphone you actually, is it the thing that is upward or downward, or in the middle and so forward. Anyway, so very annoying. So you can actually block the microphone because two of them is on the sides of the mobile. So you're sitting with the mobile and you plant it on your, something, you might actually block it. Can't remember how it's, it's just incredible because I should know pharmaceutical. I don't know. Anyway, psychotropics, we don't need to go on all these. So, a more widespread and systemic infections may occur in immunocompromised individuals as these patients. However, Candida-associated pneumonia is extremely rare. Moreover, biopsy of the involved tissue would show a budding yeast with the non-septic hyphae. Okay, yeah, well, of course I didn't, but okay, it actually already told me what it was. Actually, that would be the thing that I would have taken, I think, in regards of Aspergillus. So that's, as I understand it, Aspergillus has two main ones that seems to be the culprit in regards of fungus infections and poisons that is really bad for people and all that. Can't remember which one and so forward, but anyway, I think I would have gotten this right if I had just not, pushed for information. Just wanted to know what the information was in question views. Question count as viewed as soon as you open them for more than 1 second. They will be marked as viewed in the analyze and further as skipped if you do not answer them. God, okay. Okay, so we have a 47-year-old woman comes to the physician because of a 3-day history of fever, fatigue, loss of appetite, cough, and chest pain. Physical examination shows diffuse inspiratory crackles over the left lung field. An X-ray of the chest shows hilar lymphadenopathy, one of these big words again, and well-defined nodules and central calcifications. Urine study shows the presence of the polysaccharide antigen. A biopsy specimen of the lung shows cells with basophilic crescent-shaped nuclei and pericellular halos located within macrophages. Macrophages are the good guys. Oh, that's incredible. This patient's history is most likely to show which of the following. This patient's history is most likely to show which of the following. I don't know. Previous mycobacterial infection, exposures of. Oh, that was in regards of bat droppings, but I don't know if that would be. I don't know. Let's try that. Let's just try the bat dropping. Yay! We got one correct. Bat and bird droppings can carry histoplasma capsulotum, particularly in endemic areas as to say Ohio and Mississippi River valleys. Inhalating of the fungus causes histoplasmosis, a condition that manifests with primarily pulmonary, and that we know in regards of lung disease, but it's really hard for them to actually write because apparently they're not that clever, and so they need to write these weird words. Or disseminated disease, especially in patients who are immunocompromised, and apparently they just can't write that the person is compromised, that the immune system is compromised. No, that's too hard apparently, anyway, next one. So, a 7-year-old boy with a history of cystic fibrosis is brought to the physician for evaluation of recurrent episodes of productive cough. I'm actually getting really tired already. Anyway, evaluation of a recurrent episode of productive cough, wheezing, and I do wonder what wheezing is. Wheezing is like having hard time to get air or something like that. No, my throat. Okay, relating to with a whistling sound, Oh, I guess something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's more. And shortness of breath over the past month. Physical examination shows coarse crackles and expiratory wheezing over both lung fields. Serum studies show elevated levels of IgE and eosinophilia. A CT scan of the lung shows centrally dilated bronchi with thickened walls and peripheral airspace. Consolidation antibiotic therapy is initiated. Yeah, let's just throw some fungus poison into the person, right? Having a fungal issue. Oh yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. Well, not. No. Okay, so you take antibiotic, which is fungus poison, actually mold poison, and you give it to the patient. I don't know. It just seems stupid to me. But anyway, antibiotic therapy is initiated. 1 week later, the patient continues to show deterioration in lung function. And you put fungus poison into the guy that already have a fungus problem, give me a break. A sputum culture is most likely to grow. Which of the following? That's a good question. A sputum. I don't know what the sputum culture is, but I guess in regards of culturing it like in a petri dish or something. I don't know. Let's try to see. Oh my. Okay. Saliva. In medical uses, sputum refers to secretion expelled from the lower respiratory tract. So I guess it's like the things that I have down in my throat at the moment or something like that. That would be lower respiratory tract, right? Or maybe it's, expelled from the lower respiratory tract, yeah. Anyway, okay, so let's see what we have. We have dimorphic broad-based spotting yeast. We have a monomorphic septide hyphae that branch at acute angles. We have a dimorphic zygote-shaped budding yeast, monomorphic narrow budding encapsulated yeast. We have a monomorphic broad non-septate hyphae that branch at wide angles. A dimorphic budding yeast with cytohyphae. That's a good question. Okay, so at least we are on the area that it's a fungi. So maybe we shouldn't actually be giving the patients antibiotics. But anyway, what do I know? I'm not a doctor, so... Anyway, might be a problem, putting mold poison into a person already having problem with fungi. Dimorphic broad-based spotting yeast, I don't know. So a dimorphic, that would be a broad-based spotting yeast, but that would be a dimorphic. So that would, dimorphic, as I understand, is like two, it can be in its yeast form. That's a single cell that looks like a lemon in shape, and then it can bud off to, can have more yeast cells and so forward. And then you have when it goes into a dimorphic, I think that's in regards to the hyphas beginning to, I don't know if there's other things of that nature. I can only try the best that I can, right? With whatever information I've collected and gathered, and, yeah. I would go with the F, but I guess it could, as it's yeast everything. So let's take the F. No, that was wrong. Let's see what it is. Failure to respond to antibiotic treatment in patients with history of cystic fibrosis. And again, I'm not entirely sure what that is either. So recurrent lung exacerbations, elevated IgE levels, and CT findings. Bronchiectasis should raise concern to allergic bronchopulmonary aspergillosis. Yeah, that's great and all that, but in regards to broncho, I'm not sure what broncho means, but pulmonary was lung, so yeah, don't speak English, right? Because when we actually look it up, we might actually figure out what it is, right? And of course, you actually need to look into a medical book to actually figure out what. And an agent used the trachea, the windpipe. The trachea, again another word, it's just give me a break. Oh, you can't just tell it as it is. You just need to use these stupid words. The air tube extended from the larynx into the torus to the level of the fifth or sixth torus or whatever, you know. I'm getting so tired of these big words. So what was it then if it wasn't that? Do I give another try to... I didn't give another try last time, right? So we have A, B, and C. So what is aspergillus? That would be... Can it actually go into a... No, it would be probably the yeast form in regards to the body. Let's try broad-based budding yeast. I don't know, cigar-shaped budding yeast. I've never... I don't know. I guess maybe A. No. It was a B, a monomorphic subtype hyphae that branch at acute angles. Okay. Totally wrong here in regards to that. Oh, that's my session. Okay. Apparently only 15, but I guess, you know, you do use a little time on the question. Let's take a last one here. A 68-year-old man comes to the physician because of the 3-month history of anorexia. Is that in regards of being too, in regards of being too thin? Is that too hard to say, too thin, you know? That he's too thin? You know, could we keep it on a... Let's see if diminishing appetite, aversion to food. So does it mean that he doesn't have any appetite to food, or does it mean he's too thin? Weight loss, I guess that weight loss, and cough, productive or blood tingle sputum with yellow granules. 2 months ago, he was treated for gingivitis. He has smoked 1 pack of cigarette daily for 40 years. Well, he should stop smoking. Examination shows crackles over the right upper lung field. An X-ray of the chest show, we can actually like this, and that would, no. And interesting, they wouldn't actually point out in regards to cigarettes. I would think that would be pretty important, because then he probably ingested mycotoxins, you know, fungus poison, by smoking the smokes. Anyway, an X-ray of the chest shows a solitary nodule and 1 cavity lesion in the right upper lung field. A photomicrograph of a biopsy specimen from the nodule obtained via CT-guided biopsy is shown. Which of the following are the most appropriate pharmacotherapy? Penicillin would be from a fungus, from a mold, actually. So as far as I know, and so that would be no go. So why would you use that? That would be cisplatin and paclitaxel. Have no idea what that is. Trimetoprim, sulfamethoxazole. Oh, that seems to be... I haven't really heard about that, but it's an azole, so that would be antifungus probably. Rifampin, isoniazid, paracinamide, and ethambutol. And then we have itraconazole. Itraconazole, that's Spornox. I would go with the Spornox. Let's try to see what it says. No. It wouldn't give me Spornox, okay. We can get some information in regards to Spornox. Itraconazole is used to treat fungal infections such as blastomycosis or allergic bronchopulmonary. In regards of pulmonary is in regards of lung, aspergillosis. That would be the second, I think, most infections of fungi, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong, but you have 2 of these aspergillus that, you know, you have one that is like, I think it was 90% of the things, and then you have another that is, I can't remember. Anyway, you have one that is at least the most prevalent, and then you have a second one. Individuals with these conditions may present similar to this. Patients with chronic cough and hemoptysis XCR may also demonstrate cavity lesions. However, the historically image does not show fungal cells, and such fungal infections are most common in immunocompromised individuals, such as AIDS or ongoing chemotherapy, which is inconsistent with this patient's history. You see, it seems like that's the same thing in Denmark. In regards of fungus issues, they seem like, fungus issues, you can only get them if you actually have HIV or AIDS. I'm not sure what the difference is in regards to HIV and AIDS. But anyway, or you have cancer and all that. So the next one I would take is maybe number C, and I have no idea what that is, but I'm wrong apparently. TMP-SMCX, is used to treat nocardiosis. Nocardia astroides infection may manifest as a chronic cough, and CXR can demonstrate solitary nodules. However, this infection is highly uncommon in immunocompetent patients. Also on microscopy, N asteroids appears as gram-positive, wiggly, acid, fast, branching rod-shaped bacteria. No. If they would use penicillin, I would not believe it would be penicillin. Of course it's in regards to the medical mafia. So yeah, of course, But isn't penicillium G actually, isn't that actually from fungi? That is typically used to treat infections caused by Neisseria magnetia, whatever. That is in penicillins. Okay, I guess one could, or maybe that goes. Oh, it goes to the other program, I guess. Okay, but it didn't open up in the right place. It seems. Doesn't seem to. Oh, maybe no. That's just pneumonia. So what has that to do with what we read? I don't know. Whatever. Oh my. So coughing and farting at the same time. What a show. Anyway, so when I coughed, it was like poof. And the other end. Anyway, okay. So they use penicillium apparently to that against the fungal infection, or what? Now it actually says with delicate filamentous bacillia at the periphery. Oh, isn't this? Where do we see the topic where it actually actinomycosis? Okay, so this is actinomycosis. Again, just open up the program here, and then what's the idea with that? So I see medical, and there we go. Okay, so if I push it again, it just open up where? No, that's and then it opens up. Okay, now, okay. So now it wanted to work. It's like, seems to be a mistake. Penicillin drug of choice, alternative in the event of penicillin allergy, doxycycline, Yeah, just incredible, these names, these words. Whatever. I'm not a doctor, so I guess I don't need to know all these big words to understand. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I took one more. Let's just take one more then. What kind of question is this? It doesn't say. Okay, apparently it doesn't say. A 20-year-old man comes to the physician because of a painless swelling on the left side of his jaw for 2 months. It has been progressive, increasing in size and straining thick, foul-smelling fluid. He had a molar extracted 3 months ago. Examination shows a 4 centimeter tender erythematous mass in the left submandibular region with the purulent drainage. There is submandibular lymphadenopathy. A culture of the purulent material shows catalase negative, gram-positive filamentous rods that do not stain with carbonyl fusion or something like that. Which I have no idea what is, but anyway. I think that was something you can copy paste that. Okay, let's try that. And of course it doesn't show up at the focusing. A non-specific term referring to any of several rod rosenilin dyes used as stains in historically and bacteriology. I don't know. So yeah. Well, where did we go to? With purulent drainage, there is a submandibular lymphadenopathy. A culture of purulent material shows a catalase negative gram-positive filamentous rods that do not stain with carbofucin. I guess that would be in regards of color, I guess. Which of the following is the most likely causal pathogen? Have no idea. No idea, because I guess I've taken an area that I pretty much have not looked into here. So we have actinomyces israeli. And that's a picture of it, I guess. Interesting. It's a gram-positive, so actinomyces israeli is a gram-positive, non-acid, fast, rod-shaped, anaerobic, and part of a normal oral flora. It causes a cervical actinomycosis and yeah, whatever. Actually, I remember I was looking in regards to the Nazarenes that are, beforehand and all that, or, back in, trying to figure out in regards to the Nazarenes. And there's one that has research in regards to where they actually went after, I remember, sources that they went to, and of course, probably some of them also went to Asia Minor, it seems, because we know that the Apostle John was there and the Apostle Philip was there, and probably more was there as well. Of course, Paul was there, but Paul was rejected as an apostle, so he was pretty much kicked out. And of course, we see a further continual conflict in regards to Rome and Asia Minor. Over the time and all that, and Rome ends up winning out. But anyway, that's the floaters, Again, there's so many floaters. Anyway, but anyway, this guy had search in regards to the Hebrew Matthew and all that, and he actually had figured out where a lot of the Nazarenes actually went afterwards, and I wondered where did they go actually, It seems like a lot of material has been lost in regards of, but he had found a lead in regards of, he written a book about that, so that would be interesting to, anyway. It causes cervical actinomycosis, which typically present as a progressively enlarging mandibular nodule after oral surgery. As in this patient, the nodules can develop into purulent, draining fistulae, which contains actinomyces in characteristic yellow sulfur granules. The term sulfur granules reflect their yellow color, not their composition. Penicillium, and as in regards to sulfur, usually is yellow. Of course, it can actually be white. If you go down to Israel, you can find the white sulfur where possible that the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah had been and was destroyed by God with, sulfur and, fire and sulfur, God let it rain fire and sulfur down from God in the heavens, down on the cities. So anyway, penicillin is the drug of choice for patients with actino, or the sun let it rain fire and brimstone from the Father in the heavens down on the cities, Anyway, penicillin is the drug of choice for patients with actinomycosis. Surgically resection is indicated by patients who do not respond to antibiotic treatment, whatever. Anyway, let's just have a break from that. But apparently that's custom season. Apparently, I don't know if you actually have access to this after. It doesn't seem like I've logged in or anything. Oh, that's season updated, created. I don't know if you have 15. Let's try again. You can only create a season B. You can only create a season AMBOSS beta. Would you like to proceed? You can only create a season. Is that like one season every time? I guess. So if I make another season, it might actually, I guess, delete the other one, I guess. And I wouldn't like to do that. I don't know, but it would be interesting to actually just take mycology, for example. Let's just do it, Can always, you can reset and all that. Let's just search learning cards, I think it was. If it wants to go. And mycology. Seems to be some questions that wasn't really... oh my. Yeah, let's just say general mycology and see how that goes. And just say, let's go. So apparently only 13 questions apparently for that. Your season will start once it is ready. Let's see how that goes. If is that the same thing in regards to the doctor thing where, oh yeah, it is. It's like, so it actually is somewhat of the same, it seems, While you get things, I guess it's for doctors, this thing, that. Anyway, let's go back and see. No, there's actually more seasons. So you can actually add it. You can only create a season in AMBOSS Beta. Would you like to proceed? Why is they saying only create a season? Because I don't understand. You can only create it. Well, what would you think of doing more? So we have AMBOSS knowledge and settings and more. Oh, I'm apparently online in regards to my account, and offline access 900 days. So apparently you can be offline as well. Unlimited access to the Q-Bank and to the Clinical Knowledge Library, trial access until the 12/6/2009. When was that? Like 12/2009. Isn't that actually already... okay. So apparently it is... where is it? Apparently... Oh, there we go. Apparently it is... I only have access to this database until Friday. And after that, it will, be done. That's not a big thing, Friday, that fits with 5 days, right? I've activated on Sunday, or maybe, in regards to whatever. In regards to the beginning of the day. So, after the Sabbath. So, which is Saturday, and actually, from sunset to sunset. In any case, so apparently this is not a program that you have. Again, you have like 5 days trial. So, and it's free and all that. They didn't want to have your what you call card information and all that. So, because if they wanted my card information, I wouldn't have tried it out. Because there's a lot of things where they say. Like that's again, farting and coughing at the same time. That's incredible. That's anyway. A lot of these programs that you can get from Play Store, and then they have this thing. It's free. You can try it for free for a week or whatever, or you just need to give us your information, and and then if you don't, then it will automatically take money from you and all that. That's what is it called in English? That's I think that's just that's not the way to do business. That's if after I've tried it for 7 days, I want to give you my information because I want to pay again, that's the thing to what's it called? Let's see if we can find the English word for it. I think that's a sham, bogus. That's just total bogus, If you're doing that, that's another word in Danish. That's not the way to do it, I think. That's humbug. Yeah, humbug, scam, trickery, confidence, tricks of evolving scams. It's a scam, I think. Or whatever. It's just I don't think it's the way to do it. If you want to let the user try an application out, you should let the user try the application out. And not force the user to use its information. I guess the companies do use it so you cannot just make another profile and another email and all that, because of course that is easier to that you could just make a new email, and then of course, but that would then be wrong from the user. So that would be, of course, the user that chooses to do something means in some sense. If so yeah. So I guess it can go both directions. So yeah. But I think it's nice that they give 5 days of trial. I think that's mighty, without any card information and all that. And if you then want to continue to go on with this, well, you can. Yeah, but anyway, I guess I can see it from both angles. I just hate this thing in regards of, hey, you're at least they shouldn't take money from you automatically, because a lot of these, where you turn off for a free week or whatever, and then they hope that you forget it, because then automatically payment is going to them, and I think that's wrong. Okay, so here we have Candida, a type of yeast fungus that appears almost universally in low numbers on healthy skin and mucosa. As a commensal organism, can cause a skin and mucosal infection. And again, I guess that is in regards of the. Let's just look it up. Oh, my nose. No, that was wrong. Mucosal. They're really, relating to the mucosa or the well. A mucous tissue lining teres tubular structure consisting of epithelium, lamina propria, and in the digestive tract, a layer of smooth muscle. Okay, yeah, mucosis. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how to, but I guess I do have a idea of what it is. Wow. Mucus. Anyway. Yeah. And we have mycosis, that's singular for disease in regards to fungus. And we have mycosis, and mycosis is plural. So any disease caused by a fungus, filamentous of yeast. We have myco, I think that's in regards of saying Greek, an osis condition. Or maybe actually the osis is Greek, I'm not sure. And maybe myco is, I thought it was Greek as well. But anyway, I don't know. So osis seems to be condition and all that. Anyway. So again, mycosis is plural, mycosis is singular. So something to, know. Oh my. I do feel, the hitting of the diflucan. Yeah. And I guess it's if it didn't do any, if I didn't have any symptoms, I wouldn't actually be, it's nice to actually see that it actually seems to work. Or at least it seems to make some symptoms. So, some die off. The question, of course, it is if it will actually totally take it down, which I hope for, but I think it was candidiasis etiology that was, the causes, I think, in regards of candidiasis, that was actually locked. Some of the information you could actually see without making an account. So I was looking in regards of fungus and all that, and then I tried to jump into something, and it says, "Hey, you're locked out. You need to make an account." And okay, you don't want to have my card information. I think that's. That was okay, So, and actually the application on some levels seems to be actually made like, logical and sensible instead of all this stupidity of ads and, that so many, applications nowadays, pretty much nearly all of them is just doing stupid, So this actually seems very seems actually pretty good. You know, it seems like it's in the field how I would like to have an application. But still, yeah, we still had some problems in regards of going back and then removing the. I would probably just make a pop up at that point and not or something of that nature to say, hey, if you have fixed some information here, do you actually want to jump back because you will actually lose the information, or let it remember the information? So if you jump back and then jump forward again, you can actually rescue if you made a mistake, or maybe just a button to say, hey, if you didn't want to go back, you can go back to the last page or something like that with the information. Let's see here. Log in. I haven't really looked into more in regards of AMBOSS, but it seems to be again in regards of doctors and all that. Oh, my nose seems a little blocked off here. But if it's going to continue in this way in regards of, well, it could be a lot worse. I'm not out puking myself or something like that. So I'm taking a pretty good dose of diflucan. That's and that's pretty good. It's not too bad. It could be a lot worse. Here we have candidiasis, but that seems to be open. That was something that was. I wanted to go into something and it wasn't open when I pushed it. I remember last time. I was reading about. I'm logged in. Okay, so that might be the reason why it actually. Custom season from December the 2nd. Oh, it actually shows that I have QBank seasons. Okay, running. So I guess I can do that on the computer as well. It's really, it's very neat, very sterile. It's just there for doing its thing. So okay, let's see if I log out, if I can actually go into the. Goodbye, Dagiya. Today you have viewed 3 learning cards and used the QBank for 7 minutes, answering 1 of 6 questions correct. I could have gotten 2 out of 6. But anyway, do you like AMBOSS? Then recommend us to your friends. We'll be delighted to hear from you. Cheers, your AMBOSS team. And again, you can write to them and say this and that and all that. But anyway, let's try to go to the other page again. And without actually being logged in, let's see if we save F5. Yeah. No, it actually went for this page. It actually have access to it. I do wonder what page it then was. It was in regards to fungus anyway. I was on that page and let's see, search. Start for free. I'm just sitting on the computer here and trying to, what's the search? I don't know. Was in regards of how to get Candida, let's try to just search Candida. Now, of course, everything is open, so I want to figure out what is actually Candida. So, yeah, but then what could I search on mycology? Mycoplasm, antimycbacteria, blastomycosis, mycosis fungoids, mycology, maybe as mycology, maybe, okay, general mycology. I guess that, let's see. I push on that, see if that was yeah, I think that was actually the one that I was in, and I pushed something. I think I was down in regards of Candida albicans and pushed that and went for this, and it was closed out. I think this was the thing that was closed out in regards of Candida. Not entirely sure, but I think so. But apparently it seems like I can actually, so maybe it wasn't, I don't know. Hard to remember everything. mycology generate. Yeah, that seems to be the one I was in, and then I pushed something that I wasn't logged. There's a lot of pictures of different fungus Candida species. Oh, I think we got it. Yeah. When I am on this page and push Candida albicans, it won't let me in on down here. Let's see here. When I go down, must be treatment. Nope. Where am I? I'm on yeast. But this is not the page then, of course. This is candidiasis. And I am on general mycology. So let's go back. So general mycology, I'm pushing down here and it doesn't work. Let's see here. See here. No. Yeah. So that's pretty much where I'm pushing here on the computer. I'm pushing the where is it again? The Candida pathogen, Candida albicans. Pushing it, the Candida albicans, and it says 5 days free trial, and oh, actually it does give me the information here, doesn't it? No. It says start free trial. Yeah, well, I have the free trial, so let's go to it. Candidiasis etiology. And I think I probably have seen the information other places and all that. But anyway, it's also nice that you can actually push things and it actually shows up information. That works very well as well. Of course, they want information, right? So I can actually write them in regards of the issue, maybe in regards of the where you jump back. And I don't know, can I actually... wasn't there something in regards of settings, news, help, sensor? Can I write them maybe and say, hey, change refunds and all that. Emailing's not working, installation missing feature or something like that. Oh yeah, maybe that could AMBOSS knowledge, AMBOSS bank, that would be, yeah, okay. That was not in regards of what I was thinking about. Couldn't I just write them? It should have a button somewhere to, in regards of writing them, right? Because they seem to want to have information, right? If you're making something like, yeah, don't notify me anymore. If you're sitting there and setting things up and you just end up pushing this button and you lose all the information that you have fixed, that's just not good enough, I think. If you push back like this, that should be like a recovery mode, or maybe something that where you could at least go back. You don't need a pop-up or anything like that to come up. You actually just need a button up here to maybe sit up here or something like that. In regards of restoring, I don't know, but maybe an R for restore or something. I don't know. A minor thing, but that might be useful for people. That ends up pushing the back button. Or pop-ups can be very annoying, right? So, but maybe it would be a nice place to actually have a pop-up to ask you, hey, do you actually want to? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe that's again a little icon. If you do it and just to go back would be nice. A type of yeast fungus this is Candida, a type of yeast fungus that appears almost universally in low numbers on healthy skin, and mucosa as a common cell organism can cause a skin and mucosal infection. Candidiasis in immunocompetent individuals usually causes minor localized infections, including TROS affecting the oral cavity, vulvovaginitis, and infections of intertriginous areas of skin, has to say the axillae or gluteal folds were widespread and systemic infections may occur in immunocompromised individuals. Let's go to the thing that is usually not... So here we go. And this is what is closed down on the page that you need to do a free trial for. So let's see. Candidiasis. And of course we could also look candidiasis up here as well, just to see what the dictionary of diasis of the medical mafia says. Candidiasis, infection with or disease caused by Candida, especially Candida albicans. Again, Candida albicans is the first and foremost fungal infection in the world. And second, I think, is Aspergillus, I think, if I remember correctly. So anyways, that would be number 1 and number 2. And of course, that would probably be the most then, something that one would want to know about, right? But anyway. This disease usually results from debilitation, as in immunosuppression, and especially AIDS. And again, if you look on the Danish websites, you can see they focus on people with AIDS or HIV and cancer. So people that seem to be on the end of their ropes or something like that, they don't seem to they seem to totally overlook or close their eyes that are immunocompetent, someone that is seen as a standard immune system, and all that. They seem to overlook that might actually be a possibility of people also getting infections. Physiologic change, prolonged administration of antibiotics, and iatrogenic and barrier breakage. Synonyms: candidosis. That was in regards to candidiasis. I know candidosis seems to just be much better. That was like, was it aspergillosis? No, something in regards to doses as well. But anyway, and moniliasis is in regards of what Candida apparently was called in the past. Moniliasis is actually in regards of fungi that loves to break down things, and especially fruit, it seems. If you search on Monella, you can find a lot of. So again, we know that Candida albicans loves fruit. So I do wonder if Candida albicans is actually out there in the world hunting for fruit. It seems like Candida can, I saw in regards to Candida auris, and they said that it was everywhere in the room. They had to use this machine to apparently wipe it out and all that. And they said everywhere they looked in the room, like on the ceiling, everywhere in the room, they found Candida auris in the room. So there must be a way that Candida can spread, So, in regards to the airborne or something like that, I don't know. How does it spread, I don't know. And it must have a way of spreading if it can be in the whole room, right? Anyway, so, and of course, if it would actually be out in nature to hunt after fruit, I don't know. I really need to ask Doc about this, because he believes he believes the fungi loves the dirt, that it wants to go back to the dirt, but there was in regards, anyway, Molini, it was called, Moni, apparently, Monilia, there we go. I think I got it corrected. And as you can see, it's Monilia, which is also a name that was for Candida albicans. I did see some older research papers where they use it, and actually it's actually opening another door for more information in regards of fungi. But as you can see, Monilia is in the category of fungi that attacks fruit. So I'm wondering, could you actually find Candida albicans in these places? Or what? You know? Something in regards of the Candida going from a yeast form into its fungal form. When a special pH thing is I do wonder if fruit have a special pH or something like that that might make the fruit, find out, oh, it's time for eating now or something. I don't know. I know that seems to be I don't know what the disgusting picture is there, why it has to be. But anyway, mostly you see the fruits, like this, right? It's fungi, or what is it called? Fungi eating up fruit. Could Candida also be a fungi that actually usually eats fruits, Oops, I went backward, I think. And you can see the fungi totally overtaking the fruit. And what is called decomposing and all that, that's another one. So yeah. So if it was, they talk about it, they put it in the right category. So apparently they took it out of that category and put it in another category. Apparently they thought it was the right category. But I have to question, was Candida albicans actually found in nature since it was in that category? So yeah, that's the question I have. You see some fungi again, picture of fungi. Yeah. And again, how would it actually spread out in nature again? It's just, would it have anything that can fly in the air? Can the spores fly in the air? Are the spores small enough so they can actually get picked up by the air and just flow around in the air? I guess that might be, who knows? I don't know. So, yeah. But that's, one of my questions. Let's see, let's go back to, but candidosis sounds, candidosis seems to be, anyway, candidiasis or candidosis. Same thing apparently. And also moniliasis is also a synonym, but again was used in the old days in regards to monilla. If you search on Candida, you can find that it's also called Monilia, which again was very interesting because if you then want to find information from the past, you would probably need to know that it's actually called something else, right? So Candida albicans is the most common cause of candidiasis and appears almost universally in low numbers on healthy skin in the oropharyngeal cavity, and I think that's the back of the mouth, but and in the gastrointestinal, and that would be the digestive system, and genitourinary tract. Is that in regards of peeing or something like that? I don't know. Let's see. Well, battery is closing to an end, so that's okay. I think I will make me some more food and some more meat and see if I can do it without any fat. Because it might be the reason why my gut is making the fluid. Might just be that kind of fat from the clarified butter. And we're taking the meat out here, and great. Have some water as well. But as I understand in regards of drinking, drinking a lot of water if you have a die-off, or the Herxheimer thing, the idea was to get the things out in regards to the urine, I do also have some chlorella and all that. I did actually take all my vitamins today to see, and that doesn't seem to be any negative effect by that as such. But I have some chlorella as well. I took a good amount, and chlorella is said to fix onto all the bad things in the gut and take it out, pull it out. So apparently they call them binders. One of the women talked about, gave me some advice on this community page of Doc Kaufman, and she talked about, binders, and I was like, binders? What is binders? But that would be psyllium, and I think it's called psyllium or something like that, and apparently this algae thing, green stuff, So see, relating to the organs of reproduction and urination collectively, yeah. So in regards, okay, so it's, in regards of the tract of the, where you're peeing and all that. Anyway, and in the genitourinary tract, I guess that is in regards of women, maybe, in regards of the urinary tract being closer to the a-hole, to the butthole. So, and thereby they have a greater chance of infection, as I understand it. And there's something that they have a shorter urinary tract than the men have. So, anyway, in regards of bladder infection and all that, I remember reading about that at some point in the past. Anyway, in immunocompetent, that would be people with a normal immune system, individuals, Candida albicans usually causes minor localized infections, including thrush, affecting the oral cavity, vaginal yeast infections if there is an underlying pH imbalance. And again, it would have been nice if they actually talked about what kind of pH we're talking about, because I remember reading about it, but I'm not entirely sure. It was like 5.7 or something like that. That was the best pH for the vagina or something. I can't remember. Anyway, that was some standard normal thing in regards of that. That would have been nice if they actually wrote that. And what the pH actually does when the Candida goes off topic. I think it was like when the pH goes up in the vagina, I think it was, then the Candida begins to overgrowth, or it might actually be the cause of it. I don't know. There was something in regards to the Candida actually being able to make things more alkaline in regards of, I don't know. There's so much information out there, and there's so much bullshit, and I don't know, I haven't really, you read one thing here and one thing there and all that. But as I understand it, you can see bacteria, at least in the test, in the like, for example, one of the reports I read, scientific reports in regards of the lactobacillus, and they had the Candida and the lactobacillus together, and you could see those lactobacillus, both of them were growing. Both the Candida and the lactobacillus was growing in this medium that they had put them in. Yet you could see that the pH was going downward, so the lactobacillus was making it less and less of a pH. And then after 12 hours, you could see that the Candida had stopped growing and actually was going down. But it took some time. And then they had a thing where they used garlic as well with the lactobacillus and the Candida. And the Candida was just totally wiped out in I think it was 4 hours or something like that. So in the medium. But that seemed, there seemed to be something in regards to the pH for sure. But if there is an underlying pH imbalance and infectious of the intertriginous areas of skin, as to say axillae or gluteal folds, yeah, let's just not use some English words, right? Let's just use some words that, that I need a medical book that cost a lot of money to actually look up, right? Axilia. I guess this must be it. Glenohumeral joint bounded by. I don't know. It's just whatever. I guess again, skin folds. I guess something like that. So. Usually causes minor localized infections. Let's see, where was we? In the immunocompetent individual, Candida albicans usually causes minor localized infections, including TROS, affecting the oral cavity, vaginal yeast infection if there is an underlying pH imbalance, and infections of the intratriginous areas of skin, as to say the axillae or gluteal folds. More widespread and systemic infections may occur in immunocompromised. Compromised that would be immunosuppressed, I guess, as well. I think that's is close. It's what is it called? I can't even remember. But immunocompromised, immunosuppressed individuals, as to say neonates, diabetics, and HIV patients. I don't know what neonates is. Let's see, a newborn. Okay. Neo, I guess, is new, meaning new. Diabetics and HIV patients with the esophagus most commonly affected, Candida esophagitis. Esophagus, what the F for cancer? So that's apparently the condition, I guess, esophagitis. Anyway, I guess we are close to the end anyway in regards to this video. I guess it's for the thing that goes down to the stomach. So with the esophagus most commonly affected, Candida esophagitis, localized cutaneous. Or was that in regards of actually skin or something like that? Let's see, a group of syndromes of characterized by impaired T-cell immunity against Candida species, typically manifest with non-invasive Candida infections of the skin, mucous membranes, and nails. So localized continuous and Candida infections may be treated with topical antifungal agents, as to say clotrimazole, and that would be one of the azoles, like fluconazole, which is diflucan, and you have itraconazole, which is again Sporanox and all that. More widespread and systemic infections required systemic therapy with fluconazole or caspofungin. And caspofungin, as I understand it, actually is something that attacks the beta-glucan. So caspofungin, a group of antifungal agents that inhibited synthesis of beta-glucan, a component of the fungal cell wall, used to treat invasive aspergillosis. That would be in regards of aspergillus, in regards of that's mold, as I understand it. Mold in the house, for example, that you inhale and all that, and you get cancer or whatever in a way. And Candida infections, well, so they call it cancer, fungus infection, pretty much. You get issues, the thing is, if you have mold in your house and inhaling, fungal poisons, you're most likely also inhaling the spores, Because as I understand, it seems to go hand in hand. The poisons are out there to help the babies to survive. So, and to suppress, for example, your immune system, to make it hard for your immune system, and then the babies have a greater chance to survive and grow into, fungus. Well, of course it's fungus, but it's just babies. To its. Anyway, I guess you understand what I'm saying. So used to treat invasive aspergillosis. That would go with the aspergillosis, right? Aspergillosis, and then we have candidosis. I think that seems to sound like the oocyst thing. And oocyst was meaning something I can't remember at the moment, but we can of course look it up in regards of the medical thing that I at least have for some, for 20 days or something like that before it actually stops working. OSIS in regards of process, condition, or state. Yeah, that was its condition or state. So OSIS or OSIS, I guess that maybe it might be plural and that's singular, I guess. I don't know, but that seems to be, that's the best that I can do at least. Uh-oh. No. Well, I'll have a break, I guess. It's a break time.